Ukraine is under enemy missile attack. The Russians attacked Kyiv, Dnipro, Kryvyi Rih, Slavyansk and Kramatorsk with rockets. More than 40 missiles of different types. Residential buildings, infrastructure, transformer substations and the Ohmad Children's Hospital were damaged. We're now in the Center of Physical and Rehabilitation Medicine in the Ivano-Frankivsk Regional Clinical Hospital. Our hospital is very large. We have 36 branches. Now we're in a rehabilitation center, an 800-bed facility. On 80 beds, we provide acute rehabilitation at the facility. We have 35 inpatient rehabilitation beds here in the department, and approximately 25 patients come daily for outpatient rehabilitation. I worked in a children's and youth sports school as a freestyle wrestling coach and teacher. In general, I was ready to any situation that could happen in the war. The FPV drone hit me in the legs, and the legs immediately came off. It was difficult because the pain was so strong. Well, I was waiting for evacuation. I just wanted to leave. There were operations every 3 days. Well, it was difficult right away, because the pain was strong, many operations. But it's okay. It's a little better now, because everything is going well, the wounds are healing. Here, physical activity works more, because it is closer to me as I used to do sports and train children. Well, this is a little closer to me, and I think I will recover quickly. Since the beginning of the full-scale invasion, the flow of patients has changed significantly. Before that, there were, in general, post-stroke patients or those with certain neurological diseases. At the moment, it is 75% orthopedic and traumatological direction. It was very difficult for us. When one patient previously had a fracture, it was okay. A nerve was damaged, it was okay. Now one patient had a damaged nerve, a fracture, and another fracture. Clinically, it was difficult to work with such patients. We didn't know what to fight first, what to start from. You covered such a specific need for us, because not everyone understands our needs. The issue of electroneuromyograph and a rehabilitation table for occupational therapists is such a specific need, and it was very important to us. We have applied to several organizations with such requests, and all of them have refused us. Therefore, it was such a moment when you helped us in time. Don't rush here. And if, on the other hand, I was brought here on a gurney lying down. I couldn't. Well, I could only dangle my legs and everything from the lying position. I couldn't do it anymore. Well, I could stand on them, but I immediately fell. And Katerina Alexandrovna, she worked here and put me on my feet. In order for the muscles to work better and for you to sit better in the future, you begin to increase the muscle frame, but just lying down at first. You want to make me disabled again. We are currently in the Uzhhorod City Multidisciplinary Hospital in a separate unit of emergency medical care. Before working with the fund, it was a little difficult with the equipment here. Since the department is new, the hospital has a purchase plan. But it is impossible to buy everything at once because the hospital cannot afford to buy all the equipment at once. Of course, together with the fund, you can do it many times more. Katerina Alexandrovna, I called her Katerina the Jesus. I did everything the rehabilitators told me, and it gave me real results. At first I was lying there lifting my leg, then I lifted it with a weight, well, different exercises. 5 meters, 10, then a kilometer, more. The foundation transferred a physiotech to this hospital. This is a CPM, continuous passive motion. It is a passive development for the knee joint and the ankle joint. Another device that was handed over is a bedside exerciser. This is a bedside device for passive and active leg development. I was brought here lying down. From here I could carry the bags myself. Centersocial has a fantastic team because it addresses our needs for training specialists. Not all funds are willing to do so. Ukraine is currently facing a significant shortage of staff, and even when personnel are available, they are not always adequately prepared. The fund recognizes that, in addition to providing equipment, it is essential to train the specialists working in hospitals. Upon request, they provide us with equipment, and training is included with it. We actively seek our training opportunities and attend them. This isn't just for one person. For example, a team of 10 people will be going to one of the upcoming training sessions. With the beginning of the full-scale invasion and Russian aggression, a lot of patients were admitted to the hospital in the first months. Female patients. I am a mother of a 5-year-old son whose name is Yarema. Yes, before the full-scale invasion, I worked in a kindergarten. I stepped on a mine. Then I felt a surge of current from my feet to my head. The last impulse came to my head. 2 months after the amputation, I was already wearing a prosthesis. It turned out that I had a reamputation afterwards. That is, it was necessary again, that is, to remove the stitches, to wait again, and it's only now, last week, that I got a prosthesis again. In this region and nearby settlements, gynecological care was not provided. Actually, stationary gynecological care. And for the first time in the history of the hospital, it was introduced, and its own gynecological unit was opened. We allocated the premises, completed the reconstruction, and made modern repairs. With the help from your fund, we received high-tech medical diagnostic equipment, and we started working. I am Honcharova Nina Ivanivna from the city of Nikopol. They started shooting in our town, and they were already shooting on the street located next to us. And I went to the city of Zaporizhia. Terrible. When the shooting is right outside, practically in front of your window, your nerves can't handle it. Your mind just can't cope. At first, there was a feeling of fear, you know? When you go to the hospital, it's an unfamiliar place, unfamiliar people, and the treatment. And then, when it all started, people were very kind, very kind. In general, they treated us well. I used to have headaches. Well, I didn't feel the same way as now. And now, I'm quite cheerful. My name is Olesa. In the war-affected area, I received a minor wound and a serious injury. There were no spinal fractures, but the spine was severely injured. I have already undergone 2 operations on my spine, and 1 more operation is ahead. So now I'm undergoing rehabilitation here. As after spine surgery, you can start it only after 4 months. So I'm undergoing rehabilitation here. I have been here for 3 weeks, and the rehabilitators are great. I work with full dedication, and accordingly there is a result, and I see it. My rehabilitation started here. I was still like that here, and I didn't understand a bit. But here was Marina, a rehabilitator from Irpin, and she's so cool, funny. It was cool to work with her. And in general, you come to practice and you have a great time. Lower. 5. Good. Fixation? Yes. Good job. I will work as a psychologist and the first point of contact for military personnel who will receive prosthetics and rehabilitation. I will study, learn. We're a fairly large hospital, one of the largest in Ukraine. And in addition to the hospital, we have outpatient care. We work with both adults and children. For example, during the evacuation from Kherson, when the Kakhovka reservoir was blown up, we had a woman whose husband covered his wife with himself. Unfortunately, the man did not survive. And the wife was admitted to neurosurgery with serious injuries. Later, we provided aid in the acute period of rehabilitation. And later, she was transferred to us. She currently lives in Vinnytsia, that is, she is already a resident of our community. Our rehabilitation center needs specialists and equipment in order to be able to provide services. We dream, for example, about the Lokomat. We dream of other high-tech equipment. Well, probably a magnetic resonance imaging scanner. It would solve our situation because patients arrive with polytraumas. That is, different fractures, several fractures of the same patient, damages of muscles, nerves, fragments. We would like to see it all at once with the help of magnetic resonance imaging. It would really improve our quality a lot. So far, we have received devices for continuous movement, for the shoulder joint, and for the knee joint. But we would also like to have such devices for the hand and ankle joint. I really thank all those who participated in obtaining this equipment for us. It is really very much needed now for those who have been injured. We didn't know how to help when the war started. We wanted to help somehow because we didn't know how to fight. We wanted to help with what we know how to do. And we turned to many foundations. But actually, your foundation provided us with the biggest assistance, the biggest help. The biggest help. Only together we will do more, and only together we will win.